And tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign, guaranteed I can play.
Hi and welcome to Imagine That. I'm Selena.
And I'm Margaret. On today's show we will deal with the recent American presidential election and Trump coming out on top.
But first, in other news, celebrities' lives is still the main focus of the media and the press. Kim Kardashian has been robbed while asleep in her hotel room in Paris. This robbery almost shocked the nation, one could say. 1 month after the robbery took place, Kim and Kanye part ways with the bodyguard that was on duty that night. Millions of dollars of jewellery was taken, with Kim held at gunpoint. In other shocking and deeply saddening news, Michael Bublé's son has been diagnosed with cancer. This is terrible news in the lead up to Christmas, when Michael will be getting back into full swing of singing Christmas songs. And he even backed out of a BBC Awards performance. Brad and Angelina are nowhere near finalising the divorce, and the children seem to be taking the brunt of it. The custody battle is being referred to as the War of the Roses. Angelina wants Brad to only have monitored visitation with the kids. This will take a lot of getting used to on all parts, and they have a long road ahead of them. Now, over to Kaylin, who interviewed lecturer Tony Langua on the topic.
What does the term celebrity become? With both Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton becoming famous as a result of sex tapes. We asked our fabulous sociology lecturer Tony Langua to give us his insight on celebrity culture.
To say that people are too obsessed. People have always been obsessed with celebrity culture, whether it be film stars or football players or gladiators. There were always people that others admired, that the public admired. I think what's happened though is that there is a blurring of celebrity culture and politics. So if you look at Donald Trump, for example, he was a media star before he was a politician. He would argue that he isn't a politician.
Media outlets focused on personal issues such as family breakups, a recent example being the horrendous divorce between Brad and Angelina. Do situations like this bring us back to the realisation that celebs are humans too?
Through social media, we feel that we have access to all sorts of people. It'd be hard to live under the spotlight, but then ordinary people seem to be queuing up to be under the spotlight.
Celebrities in America have always given us an outlet for our imagination, such as the gods and demigods of ancient Greece and Rome once did.
I think that celebrities court publicity, and they always have used the media to get to that elevated privileged status that they have. So in a sense, they've sacrificed their own privacy to get to that position. But once they are in that position, I think that they're surrounded by people, advisors and publicists and professionals who do protect them, probably a lot more than we think.
But has the notion of obsession been taken too far?
Possibly the fact that we do see them breaking down or failing in some way gives us a sense that what we see is real.
If our gods are no longer permanent, if our heroes are murderers, if our political leaders are exposed as compulsive liars, then we can no longer fill ourselves up on them in quite the same way.
In other news, on the 9th of November, Mr. Donald Trump, billionaire real estate agent and creator of The Apprentice, became the 45th President-elect of the United States of America. A result of this has caused the spread of mixed emotion across the US. This indicates how divided the beliefs and ideology of the US is, and in some ways makes this divide even more evident. Streets are filling with people crying with distress, and at the same time others use this win as a form of entitlement to abuse and discriminate others of different entities, various religious groups, members of the LGBT community, and of course, something which is on the mind of many, women. This is simply just to mention a few groups. The lives of both Americans and the rest of the world are likely to be affected by the policies and ideas Donald Trump is planning on implementing. We will learn more about what Trump will regulate in the next couple of weeks and months as his visions and ideas become clearer. Considering these events following the result of the election, our reporter Kaylin was in Washington DC last week to get more views on this topic.
My name is Kaylin Burton and I'm here in Washington DC, the capital of the United States of America, home to the Pentagon and the White House. Where better to be after the results of the presidential campaign between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump? It's pretty clear that there's mixed feelings over here, as the result being Donald Trump has been elected the 45th President of the United States. Many Americans shocked, disgusted, horrified about the result. We're now going to head over to Jenny Mather, who's in Immaculate College in Limerick, Ireland, to interview Gavin Wilkes and Una Bromwell, two history lecturers, to get their views on the matter.
what the hell happened?
I think Trump is ignorant. I think he is crass. I think he is vulgar. I think in spite of the contradictions that exist between his team, which includes significant women, and his obvious liking for women, his treatment of them in word terms is so unbelievably bad that it just gives such a bad example to all women, and to put him and elect him into the Oval Office as the leader of the free world is depressing. If we're to believe what Donald Trump is saying, people are taking his comments and saying that it's just locker room talk, it's just frat boy nonsense, he didn't really mean it. He has answered women who've accused him of groping them as saying, like, would I? So he treats women as commodities to be used and abused.
I would compare Trump to a Mussolini. He'd also promote racism as well in Italy. And this is what we see with Trump. And he has, there are quite a few characteristics that would be similar to what Mussolini was like in the 1920s and 1930s.
His rhetoric is anti-Muslim. He has flip-flopped on whether he is pro-choice.
He also wants to create really this protectionist type of America where you no longer have free trade, which I think is a problem. He does want to improve the infrastructure in America, and all the policies he wants to do. I think this is something that should happen. And from what I've seen today, the Democratic Party will support that, but we'll just see how that plays out.
So the reality is that it's very, very hard to see how he will push a lot of these agendas. America is definitely in a state of anxiety, not sure how things are going to go. So maybe his contradictory statements are indicative of how America stands right now.
Well, that's it from me here in DC. I'm sure the devastation will continue over the forthcoming weeks. Back to you in studio.
Thanks, Caelan. In more light-hearted news, the Makeup Fairy has recently launched her very own range of turquoise makeup brushes. Joanne Larby, aka the Makeup Fairy, started off as a makeup artist and went on to blogging and vlogging, and has now set up a business for selling her brand. She has received an unbelievable reception from her followers, and everyone is dying to get their hands on the products. The makeup brushes are part of the new Enchant line. Another woman making it in the business is So Sumi, who has also just launched another new product, a highlighter palette. Following the much sought after contour palette, it is obvious why she would continue to market and expand her brand. Suzanne Jackson was also blogging before turning her hand to creating her own beauty lines, and now has a number of products on offer. The pre-sale of her new highlighter kit sold out within minutes, and this, just like Joanne's makeup brushes, is proving to be an extremely popular topic of conversation amongst the female audience. Suzanne has been nominated for Businesswoman of the Year, and these two very determined women prove that dreams really do come true, and there is also a highlighter palette for everyone in the audience. Next up is Caelan with her story on the upcoming Victoria's Secret show.
Thanks, Selena. Now, with Thanksgiving on the way and the Christmas season in full swing, the 2016 Victoria's Secret fashion show is almost upon us. One of the most anticipated shows of the year will take place here in the City of Love, Paris, on the 5th of December. For its 20th anniversary, show viewers will be treated to performances by Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga and The Weeknd. Seasoned Victoria's Secret angels Lily Aldridge, Carly Kloss and Adriana Lima are set to return to the catwalk this year, alongside some well-known fresh faces. Newcomer Bella Hadid is set to walk alongside her sister in this year's show. They will be the first sisters to have ever walked the VS runway together, making Paris a very special occasion for the Hadid family. Wearer of this year's fantasy bra is 25-year-old Jasmine Tux. This year's bra is titled The Bright Night and consists of 9,000 gemstones, 27,000 Swarovski crystals, and 450 carats of 18-carat gold. This is one of the greatest honours of the night, so congratulations, Jasmine. You can catch this year's show on CBS at 10/9 Central. Now back to Selena in studio.
Now, you have gotten your weekly update on Imagine That.
That's it from me, Selena and Caelan for today. Join us at the same time next week, when we will be discussing Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna's new baby, James Kardashian, and some more celeb gossip.
And tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign, guaranteed I can blow your mind. Tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign, guaranteed I can blow your mind.